bass low, crowd high. You'll drop that vibe. Fun clowning in the place tonight. Freaky on the deck, let's ride. Yeah, step in the club, feel that heartbeat pump. Lights in our eyes where the rhythm thumps. Everyone's here from near and far. When freaky spins, we raise the bar. Pumped out fun is where we link. Friends to the floor, no time to think. Bass drops heavy like a heartbeat roar. Funk clowner fam always wanting more. Feel that floor vibrating, minds elevating. Freakies on the ones and twos. We all celebrate what they do. Freaky and funk clowner, raise it up, shake the ground again. Freaky on pump dot fun. Everybody dance until the sun. Lock, bass, drop, feel it in your chest. Funk clowner, love, always bring a best. Always bring a best. From the lounge to the late night set, freakies love you won't forget. Supporting every move we make, building dreams with every break. Pumped out fun, that's where we live. Give us love and we all give. Circle wide, unity tight. Funk clowner shining every night. Feel the rhythm pull you in. DJ's playing, let it spin. Freaky guiding every beat, never letting hearts retreat. Freaky and funk clowner, raise it up, shake the ground again.
They were outside the walls, on Solana, with nothing but vibes and volatility. We did what any civilized city would do. So we allocated apartments on the outer ring, Slumlana. Not luxury, not prestige, just dignity and decent Wi-Fi.
They said, "Welcome to Slumlana." I cried a little, not proud, but also heated floors.
We worked very hard for these spires, and now someone is miming memes in the elevator. Some of them still say Jim out loud.
I'm not saying I'm against compassion, I'm just saying they track mud indoors. They brought beanbags into the atrium.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. I'm the vision lead for Operation Safe Place Defense and Citadel. And what a pleasure to be sharing our vision with you. So we've just launched the Funk Lana token. And it's quite an exciting step for us because it's another broadening of our funnel into our gaming ecosystem, where we actually go where the communities are, where people are on the tokens they love and the platforms they love. And we go and build a community around the utility of our game. And what we're building is an ecosystem all around kind of tower defense mechanics, third-person shooter, roguelite, different versions of our game on Epic Games and mobile and browser. Again, wherever people are, that's where we want to be. And it all uses the same inventory. Now, specifically, the Funk Lana token has got its own vibe. It's really about the Solana trenches, the degen. We meme the heck out of it. We talk about the degens of Solana in a way like they're the folks who live, in the rings of the outer wall of the Citadel. It's like all slummy and dirty out there, and because these are the trench people. And our goal is to get you into our ecosystem with NFTs that you can experience as apartments, the Slum Lana apartments, and then also turrets and everything else that you can use in our gaming ecosystem. And you'd buy these with Funk Lana tokens. The team behind it, we're a mixed bag. I'm from an NGO background. I really care about issues around trafficking and gender-based violence because I live in South Africa and I've been in the NGO world for 30 odd years since I was 16. I'm 51 years old now. But my bread and butter through all those years has always been things in the creative industry. I've done a lot of stuff, music videos and music production, independent cinema, a lot of storytelling, many TV ads and radio ads and stuff like that. And the coping mechanism throughout all the NGO and creative stuff was always gaming. I love gaming. And it was always just out of reach for us to make our own game. And that's when I met Rob, our CEO, who is one of the best CEOs, or the best CEO I've ever worked with, that's for sure, who's been a serial entrepreneur his entire life. He's also in his late 40s, a man of incredible patience and focus and discipline. We've got this get-her-done attitude. It's really a pleasure working with him. He's got a very successful company called SA Accounting. And, his central belief system is that everybody needs to be financially literate. It's great working with him. And then about a year and a half ago, we started working with Jason, who is an exceptional community builder and exceptional technical focus in the way he puts things together. So he's our COO. And really a pleasure to work with, also tireless, focused. We're 25-hour-a-day people. We live stream every single day. We work every single day. And then Joey, our head of Web3, who is just absolute degen from the word go. He's our connection to the trenches and the nether worlds of where you degenerate species all hang out. And he really helps us cook every single launch. Every time we mint out. Every time we launch a token that bonds. Every time we do something cool that works. And our entire strategy, there's many others in our team, but we've only got a few minutes for this video. But everybody in our team is very competent, very focused, and we're building something we believe in. Our vision is to build a game that has everything we love about gaming in one game. And to go along with that is ownership. We want you to own everything in your inventory, and we want you to own it on the platforms and on the chains that you love, and then bring it into the world of Operation Safe Place Defense. Appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. We've got a magnificent roadmap. You can find it all on our X community page and a lot of information on all of our socials and websites and stuff like that. You're so cool, man. Thanks for believing in our vision with us.
Be the spark.
Holographic battlefield simulation activated.
They said, "Welcome to Slumlana." I cried a little, not proud, but also heated floors.
All right, today we're going to dive into a project that's really trying to flip the script on one of the biggest issues in Web3. You know the one, tokens that are all sizzle and no stake. We are talking about Funklana and Slumlana, and their model is all about having real baked-in utility from day one, not just hoping for it later. So let's get right into it. I mean, just think about that for a second. We've all seen it a million times, right? A project launches a token, there's this huge marketing blast, and then they spend the next year, maybe more, scrambling to figure out what it's actually for. The whole thing starts by asking a totally different question. What if the token's job was locked in from the very first second it existed? And this slide, man, it just lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got that old way, that speculative hamster wheel where the price is all about hope and hype. But on the right, you see this new model. Here, the token isn't the final product, it's the key. Its value isn't based on what people think it might be worth someday, but on what it can do right now, grant you ownership. Okay, so let's start with that key, the very first step on this whole journey. It all kicks off on the Solana blockchain with a token they call Funklana. Now, the most important thing to get about Funklana is its insane focus. It's not trying to be a global supercomputer or the next big payment system. Nope, it has one job and one job only. It is the exclusive currency for buying something called a Slumlana apartment. No USDC, no other tokens, just Funklana, period. And that right there, that creates this unbreakable link. See, the demand for the digital property, these apartments, gets funneled directly into demand for the Funklana token itself. It's a really simple but super powerful economic loop. So you've got the key. Now let's talk about the door it unlocks. Once you've got your Funklana, you can grab your first home in this new digital world, a Slumlana apartment. And look, this isn't about some shiny futuristic skyscraper. Slumlana is designed from the ground up to be the gritty, street-level cyberpunk foundation of a much bigger universe. It's all about accessibility over exclusivity. This is your starting point, where you land, you learn the ropes, and you start to build your identity. So, what's the price of admission? How much does it cost to get in? Well, this is where the model gets really, really cool. The price is set at a fixed amount of Funklana. For now, we'll just call it X. And here is the absolute linchpin that makes this whole system tick. The price to mint one of these apartments in Funklana tokens never changes. It will always, always cost X Funklana. There are no sudden price hikes, no artificial supply squeezes. It's fixed. Which of course brings up the big question, right? If the mint price in the token is fixed, how do the early birds, the first supporters, actually see any benefit as this thing grows? And here is the beautiful, elegant answer. While the price in Funklana is fixed, its price in dollars is not. As more and more people want apartments, they have to go out and buy Funklana, which naturally drives up its dollar value. So if you got in early, your dollar cost was low. For everyone who comes after you, the replacement cost to get what you have gets higher and higher. Okay, now let's pop the hood and see how this all works from a technical standpoint. Because this system isn't just stuck on one blockchain. It's actually a pretty clever bridge that takes you from that initial discovery all the way into a full-blown multi-chain economy. So your journey is basically a three-step dance. First, you start on Solana, probably on Pump Fun, where it's easy to discover and buy Funklana.
Then, when you buy your apartment, the NFT itself is actually minted on the Psy blockchain, which is built for high-speed gaming. And finally, if you ever decide to sell it, all the secondary trading happens inside the Citadel, the main hub, using its own currency, CTL. And this table just breaks it down so simply. Think of Funky Lena as the currency for the front door. It's the onboarding token. Its only job is to get you in. But once you're inside, the entire economy, all the trading, all the action, is powered by CTL. This is designed to funnel all that liquidity and activity inward, creating a really deep and sustainable market.
So, you got your apartment? Awesome. But this is not just some digital collectible that's going to sit in your wallet collecting dust. No way. From the second you own it, it becomes a productive asset. Your home literally becomes a factory. First off, your apartment automatically starts generating this resource called courage. Now, this isn't a crypto token you can trade on an exchange. It's better to think of it like an in-game material earned off-chain that you'll use for crafting new items, for upgrading your gameplay, and for creating other assets that you actually can trade on the marketplace. And on top of that, you also get a daily drip of something called grit. This is a totally separate reward system, and you use it for things like minting extra NFTs or getting access to exclusive events and drops. And here's the best part. If you own more than one apartment, these rewards stack. So let's just recap real quick. When you hold a Slumlana apartment, you're getting value in 3 totally different ways. You've got passive resource generation from courage, you've got daily rewards from grit, and you have the potential for your asset's dollar value to go up as the whole ecosystem grows. All right, let's zoom all the way out. Owning an apartment, that's not the end goal here. It's the entry ticket. It is your first step to becoming a citizen and maybe even a builder in this growing digital civilization. And this is the path that the project really invites you to walk. For a lot of people, it starts with just being a viewer, just watching the daily live stream where the team literally builds everything in public. That kind of transparency builds trust, and it turns viewers into holders, and holders into residents who are earning rewards. And from there, the sky's the limit. You become a player, a builder, and eventually a creator who's actually shaping the economy. And you gotta remember, Slumlana is just the start. It's the foundation layer that gives you access to a much, much bigger universe. We're talking about things like owning land in the Citadel, setting up your own shop in commercial districts like Funky Town, and getting involved in really complex player-driven gameplay. Your little apartment is the key that unlocks all of it. And that really brings us to the core philosophy, the big idea behind this entire project. And it's summed up perfectly right here. It's a funnel. It starts with capturing attention, then it turns that attention into genuine belief. That belief drives active participation, and that participation creates real, lasting, organic demand. It is a fascinating model, and it leaves us with a huge question. Is this the blueprint for the next generation of sustainable Web3 communities, or is it another really cool experiment? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Bro, yesterday I was sleeping behind a validator node. Today, I got windows. Windows, I don't know what room this is, but it echoes.
You know, when you think about the value of a digital token, your mind probably jumps straight to price charts and all that market hype. But what if that entire way of thinking is just wrong? We're about to dive into a really powerful idea that reimagines a digital ecosystem not as a stock you trade, but as a city you live in, where the most important number isn't price, but population. So on one side, you've got this familiar chaos, right? The anxiety of watching prices fall, the constant chase for the next big hype cycle. It's a model that's built purely on speculation. But then you look over at the other side, and it's a total paradigm shift. Here, value isn't about trading. It's about building. It's about population, actual utility, and the timeless rules of how cities work. We're stepping off the manic trading floor and into a digital metropolis.
So how does this digital city actually get built? Well, our journey starts by looking beyond pure speculation. Then we'll get into the core idea of tokens as digital land, and we'll unpack the scarcity engine that makes the whole thing tick. We'll see how different it is for the early pioneers versus the latecomers, how demand actually stacks on top of itself to make the whole system stronger, and finally how all of this value is built on a solid structure, not just luck.
All right, so first up, this is a huge shift in how we think about things. You know the old way, right? You try to force a token's price up with a bunch of marketing hype and artificial scarcity. This model, it's the complete opposite. It's designed for value to just emerge, totally organically, as a natural result of more and more people showing up and participating in the world. This isn't just a new tactic, it's a whole different philosophy of creating value.
Now we're getting to the absolute foundation of this entire thesis. To really get this economy, you have to completely toss out the idea of a token as just a number in your wallet. You gotta start thinking of it as something much more real, something you can almost stand on, digital land. And this is the key. A token in this world isn't some abstract financial thing. It's a key. It's basically a digital deed. It grants you access to a very specific district within this universe. Think of it this way. Every single token unlocks an actual piece of land, which means it has real built-in utility from the second it's created. And look, this digital city, it's not just one big blob. It's a whole series of connected districts, and each one has its own vibe, its own purpose. So maybe you start out in Slumlana on Solana. That's kind of like the entry-level housing where you get your bearings. From there, you could move up to Funky Town on Avalanche, which is the commercial and creative hub. And the ultimate goal for many might be the Citadel, where you establish long-term citizenship, a real legacy. It's a clear path, a real urban progression.
Okay, so how does the value actually get created and, stick around? Let's pop the hood and look at the mechanics. It all comes down to a simple but incredibly powerful economic engine, what we're calling a scarcity engine, that's basically fired up from day one and is designed to just run forever.
The idea behind it is actually brilliantly simple, as you can see right here. On the one hand, you've got the asset supply, the apartments, the shops, and that is totally fixed. It's locked in, it never goes up. But on the other hand, you have the population of people joining, which is designed to grow and grow and grow. It's this intentional imbalance, this fundamental tension, that's the jet fuel for all the value in the system.
This right here, this is the whole thesis in a nutshell. You have a growing number of people all trying to get into a world with a limited number of spots. It's that mismatch, that asymmetry, that lets value just grow exponentially, not just in a straight line. I mean, this isn't some crazy crypto theory. This is literally urban economics 101.
So what does this economic engine actually feel like for the people inside this digital city? Well, as the population grows, the experience changes, like dramatically. The way an early pioneer thinks is just worlds apart from someone showing up way later. Let's dig into that. So picture it. In the very beginning, there's hardly anyone around. Digital land is everywhere. It's quiet, like an open frontier. The question for an early person is purely strategic. Okay, what asset should I scoop up now to set myself up for the future? It's all about calm strategic planning, way before any kind of feeding frenzy begins. But let's fast forward to the growth phase. The questions are completely different. A new person showing up isn't thinking about some grand long-term strategy. They have immediate needs right now. They're asking, where can I even live? Where can I set up shop? Where do I find my people? The demand goes from being speculative to being purely functional. And that kind of real-world demand, it's persistent and it is incredibly powerful.
And this shift, right, from speculating to just needing stuff, that's where one of the most elegant parts of this whole model comes in, stacking demand. See, when the population grows, it doesn't just help one little area. It creates this awesome ripple effect of pressure that makes the entire ecosystem stronger, all at once. So let's break down how this actually works. When new people arrive, their first need is a place to live. So boom, demand for Slumlana goes up. But once they're settled, they want to create, they want to do business. So boom, demand for Funky Town goes up. And as they get more invested, they want that permanence. So boom, demand for the Citadel goes up. And here's the kicker. The demand doesn't just move from place to place, it stacks. Every new citizen adds more pressure to every single layer of the system.
And this is where the story you tell becomes a real economic force. An asset isn't just a line item in your wallet, it's your origin story. It's where you started.
That emotional connection means people are way more likely to hold on to their stuff for the long haul, which cuts down on speculative flipping and makes the whole economy way more stable.
Okay, so let's bring it all home and look at the final piece of this puzzle, value that's built on structure. The whole point here is that the value you see isn't about hype, and it's not random luck. It's the predictable, heck, almost inevitable result of how it's designed. It's a structure that creates permanent, irreversible advantages for the people who got in early.
And get this, the model even points to a specific tipping point, kind of like a magic number. Once you get past about 5,000 participants, the whole dynamic flips. Owning land isn't just a fun, optional strategy anymore. It becomes a competitive necessity just to be a part of things. And at that point, just being able to get in, that becomes the most valuable thing in the whole world.
So this ends up giving early folks 3 huge permanent advantages. First, the entry advantage. I mean, they were buying up assets before anyone else was even competing for them. Second, the quantity advantage. They could calmly pick up multiple properties without a fight. And third, the position advantage. They literally own the assets, the homes, the shops that every single future participant is going to need to live and to progress. These aren't speculative wins. They're structural advantages baked right into the system.
And that right there is the whole ball game. This entire model is an exercise in building value through smart, deliberate structure. It's literally taking what makes real-world cities valuable, population density and limited space, and plugging it into a digital world.
And that leaves us with one last really fascinating question to chew on. In a digital space where you can usually just copy-paste anything, this model builds in real, actual scarcity. It makes you ask, what happens when a digital world, by its very design, finally runs out of room?
Last week I was flipping charts. This week I'm flipping light switches. Growth.
Tamsin. Joe,
Why, hello there.
if they ask me what came first, the chicken or the egg, I put scrambled egg on top of my chicken.
Oof, eat the mother with her babies. Hell yeah, man.
That's nasty. Humans, we're actually quite terrible.
Yep. Tell me about it. we fry chicken with eggs. Let that sink.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Right. Yeah, that's it. I'm like having scrambled egg to crank up my protein intake.
Yeah.
For my at my age, if you want to be able to have a proper wee, you need to have a lot of testosterone.
Yeah. Though you've been getting fitter and fitter, by the way.
I'm not gymming, but I'm using the gym thingy to do stretches, but you still feel kind of gymmed after you've done your stretches.
Yeah.
So,
for whoever is on Pump Fun right now, I'm about to do a buyback. And I will do it in 10 seconds so that no one
buyback on Pump Fun coming in 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're buying in half a soul worth. And just like I said, we'll be buying daily. So we'll be claiming and buying daily up until our 1 year staking ends.
That's very cool. So we'll be. Are you saying we'll be doing buybacks daily for a year?
Yeah.
Hello, B and Simon and Sheshi. Everybody all over the place.
Buyback done.
Buyback done. Nice. So, hashtag soon when the apartments go on sale.
When are we going to put the lands online?
8 days.
Sick. Do we have a countdown anywhere?
Well, yeah, on the stream every day we say 10, 9, 8. Yeah.
Sick. Super exciting.
So once I finish stuffing my face like a poopy head, I managed to eat the whole plate without spilling anything on me. So proud of myself. I'm usually so messy. I tell you, like that's why I can't eat over my keyboard, because I'm incapable of having a snacky poo without feeding everything around me.
Yes, you are a generous person. We have established that.
That's one way.
Must feed everyone.
No, nice to see you got new peeps setting up their Phantom wallets. Nice. I'm excited about the directors. Hey, there's broccoli. Broccoloco. Hey, what up, Broccoloco? Broccoloco. So, Joey, I'm excited about the apartments and the fact that when those things are sold out, 10% of supply burned.
Yeah.
So that means the price is going to go up.
Yeah. And the price right now is very small relatively.
Yeah, it's like 60 cents or something for an apartment right now.
Yeah, if you buy like $1,000 or $2,000 worth of the token, you double its market cap.
That's very cool. 6.7K. Yeah. Yeah, look, I think we've managed to shake most of the, what are they called? Jeets, eh?
You're using digital terms now.
The snipers, the ruggers, the Jeets.
You're using DJ Solana terms now. You spent so much time in the Slumlana lands, Andrew.
Yeah, no, look, like today, Mandy, like I said, I need a shower, but first I need to dive in the pool, get all the Slumlana stuff off me with chlorine. And then I was like washing my mouth with chlorine and putting it on my armpits and everything. And then I jumped into the shower before I came down to go live. Yeah, because it's dirty down there. I mean, that's those Slumlana apartments. Also, for you to have an apartment, you have to burn somebody else's apartment.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what the burning dynamic is like. You're basically burning your neighbor's place so that well, technically you're burning an apartment, and then the smoke chases the person who's living in the one that you want to move into, chases them out, and then you quickly move in before they come back.
Yes.
No?
Yes, you're burning people's houses and then building your own. Fair enough.
Yeah. This is the Brolana way, Man, so you're the Web3 guy. What? There's Surf. Surf, have you got your Funkalana yet? So you've got your Funky. Those NFTs are coming this week as well. It's a lot of cool stuff happening. So Surf, so we're in all the ecosystems. Well, we're getting there. So we launched the Funkalana token on pump.fun, and making sure that before we go, before we onboard massive amounts of players that we set up, because Funklana buys you Slum Lana apartments. I'm going to play a Slum Lana video for you in a moment, Surf. Currently, it is, because the market cap is at 6.7K, it is like 60 cents or 70 cents or something for a Slum Lana apartment. So people who play OSP, your courage earnings, so your in-game buying power, is $2 a month off a Slum Lana apartment, right? So it costs you about 60 cents right now. This is probably the cheapest it's going to be. This looks like our community floor, Joey? How do you think there's still jitters and whatnot in there?
Even less. I've seen the holders, and I know that most of our community didn't get in just because they didn't know how to get their hands on Solana. So once our community gets in, this will be at least 20K market cap.
Yeah, that's generally where our community hangs, around 16 to 20. Let me see here.
Yeah, you gotta let us cook, man.
Is it bonded? Yes, Surf, it bonded. We bonded in 5 minutes, and then all the jitters ran away, as is the custom. So we kind of just waited for the snipers, jitters, all that kind of thing to do their thing, and now we're in 8 days the apartments are going to go on sale. This is what Joey, have you seen the video that I made where I'm talking about the Funklana thingy?
The one you've been streaming before I came in?
No, that's one of them. Surf, can we explore them yet? Not yet. Hashtag soon. Right now, we're just focused on getting the Web3 infrastructure done, and then we'll be able to link the apartments to the the When Lambo. What happened with Lambo? I see like it's quite a meme.
Yes. So back in 2021, Andrew, in the bull run, the first bull run, people who made a lot of money would buy Lambos, and you would see crypto bros, heady crypto bros in the streets with their Lambos just because they made 100x on a coin. So it became a meme whenever you're launching a meme token. When rich, when Lambo.
Oh, so it's like when rich, when open world. I can sneakily, when seed funding. I don't know if we'll ever get to seed funding, because we're kind of doing the sneaky Star Citizen model, where we'll have a never-ending crowdfunding model, because anything that the community wants, they'll continually be able to suggest and fund, which I really enjoy. We're having such fun with that model at the moment. Like, the community overwhelmingly wanted a mobile version of the game, so we're busy building a roguelite multiplayer that uses all the same NFTs. Let me see. I want to play. Somewhere I had like this long video, where I was like jumping off stuff, remember, in the open world. I'll show you something of there, Paisan. Let me see. I'm going to load this up. Yeah.
I may come back at the end of the stream, okay?
Okay, no props.
Ciao.
Cheerio. So I'm not sure if you've seen this in-game stuff, Surf, but the open world, I'm wondering if we should let people just run around. Okay, let's talk about this. Do you boys and girls want a version that you can just run around and see, like, where there's nothing to do? Surf says yes. General Kev says yes. So you're happy with a metaverse map where you can see what a lot of the properties look like, and you just run around. And would you like it added to the current? So it would add about, I'd say it add about 15 gigs to your current download on the Epic Games or Zola launches on the PC. Excuse me. It would be single player run around initially. Or do you want us to hard focus a run around multiplayer thing? I think we can pull that off in about a month-ish. We're not far. I think we'd only need to raise like $1,200. I'm just thinking the dev dynamics. So do you feel like that's worth a quick hard focus where we do you want the multiplayer? So then the multiplayer would be like a separate download for specific people. Open world with chat capability. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so let's do this then. So we've started working on, I showed you guys I'm just thinking. Okay, so let's do this. I like the liberal use of we surf. That makes me very happy. That's my favorite word. Yeah, it would open a lot of opportunities for content creators. Okay, now here's the question. The map that you want to run around in. Do you want to run around in a cyberpunk city? Do you want to run around in a forest, or do you want me to put them kind of together? And then it would... you want to run around in the cyberpunk. Okay, so you actually want to see the base city, the slum lanas, because I can kind of do the stinky parts initially. The endless chunk load. Yeah, because that's the issue, man. A lot of you... is a fatty boom boom. City will represent a better picture of the Citadel as a whole. It wouldish. Okay, let me... while I'm at it, does anybody know how... so I want to sign into Epic Games, but it keeps opening freaking what's the stupid Windows browser? But I've set Google Chrome as my I've set Google Chrome I've set Google Chrome as my default, but it still opens this other stupid browser? This stupid Windows browser. What is it called? Microsoft Edge. Why is it opening Edge instead of... Oh, where's Rob? Tell him I love him. I think Rob's... He's somewhere. Sorry, now this is where I'm stuck here. It's where I want to sign in my Google account, but Epic Games launcher on my PC keeps opening Edge, and I don't want to log into nothing with Edge. Anyway, okay. Let me just Panta Poodle. Anyway, Surf, so make sure you get some. Here's the linky. Go get some here. There's the coin. Go get some of that. So right now it's like 60 something cents for an apartment. When we launch in 8 days, the apartments, you're able to buy them. Later on, you'll be able to swap 10 apartments for a tier 1 commercial if you want. You earn around about $2 a month in buying power and courage in the Citadel per apartment. So it's a pretty cool idea to grab the thingies now already. Man, I've got a kind of a weird hiccup vibe going in here. It's not a hiccup, it's like a wind, like a baby wind, you know? Am I a bit of a baby? I am a bit of a baby. Yeah. So yeah, I reckon if you're holding about $10, $5 to $10, yes, this is what the deed looks like. It's an NFT. Let me share it quick. Well, I'll play this while I'm suffering here trying to log in. I'll play the gay. Here's the Funklana video. Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. I'm the vision lead for Operation Safe Place Defense and Citadel. And what a pleasure to be sharing our vision with you. So we've just launched the Funklana token. And it's quite an exciting step for us because it's another broadening of our funnel into our gaming ecosystem, where we actually go where the communities are, where people are on the tokens they love and the platforms they love. And we go and build a community around the utility of our game. And what we're building is an ecosystem all around kind of tower defense mechanics, third-person shooter, roguelite, different versions of our game on Epic Games and mobile and browser. Again, wherever people are, that's where we want to be. And it all uses the same inventory. Now, specifically, the Funklana token has got its own vibe. It's really about the Solana trenches, the degen. We meme the heck out of it. We talk about the degens of Solana in a way like they're the folks who live, in the rings of the outer wall of the Citadel. It's like all slummy and dirty out there, and because these are the trench people. And our goal is to get you into our ecosystem with NFTs that you can experience as apartments, the Slumlana apartments, and then also turrets and everything else that you can use in our gaming ecosystem. And you'd buy these with Funklana tokens. The team behind it, well, we're a mixed bag. I'm from an NGO background. I really care about issues around trafficking and gender-based violence because I live in South Africa and I've been in the NGO world for 30 odd years since I was 16. I'm 51 years old now. But my bread and butter through all those years has always been things in the creative industry. I've done a lot of stuff, music videos and music production, independent cinema, a lot of storytelling, many TV ads and radio ads and stuff like that. And the coping mechanism throughout all the NGO and creative stuff was always gaming. I love gaming. And it was always just out of reach for us to make our own game. And that's when I met Rob, our CEO, who is one of the best CEOs, or the best CEO I've ever worked with, that's for sure, who's been a serial entrepreneur his entire life. He's also in his late 40s, a man of incredible patience and focus and discipline. We've got this get-her-done attitude. It's really a pleasure working with him. He's got a very successful company called SA Accounting, and his central belief system is that everybody needs to be financially literate. It's great working with him. And then about a year and a half ago, we started working with Jason, who is an exceptional community builder and exceptional technical focus in the way he puts things together. So he's our COO, and really a pleasure to work with. Also tireless, focused. We're 25-hour-a-day people. We live stream every single day. We work every single day. And then Joey, our head of Web3, who is just absolute degen from the word go. He's our connection to the trenches and the nether worlds of where you degenerate species all hang out. And he really helps us cook every single launch. Every time we mint up. Every time we launch a token that bonds. Every time we do something cool that works. And our entire strategy, there's many others in our team, but we've only got a few minutes for this video. But everybody in our team is very competent, very focused, and we're building something we believe in. Our vision is to build a game that has everything we love about gaming in one game. And to go along with that is ownership. We want you to own everything in your inventory. And we want you to own it on the platforms and on the chains that you love, and then bring it into the world of Operation Safe Place Defense. Appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. We've got a magnificent roadmap. You can find it all on our X community page, and a lot of information on all of our socials and websites and stuff like that. You're so cool, man. Thanks for believing in our vision with us.
Be the spark.
Holographic battlefield simulation activated.
B, no, you. You are cool. All right, so let's explain this. So here's the NFT. Our our concurrent development strategy is really working nicely. It's really pumping. So we're developing multiple platforms, so you can play the game on PC, soon on mobile, on browser, and all use the same inventory. And you can almost come from any chain in the end. So we keep, as we solidify each place. So like AVAX is Funky Town, there's commercial districts. Yeah, on Blaze, it's going to be like a Tamagotchi style soul pet. So you'll be able to spend Blaze and buy little eggs, and the egg hatches, and there's a chance to win a little soul pet that does all sorts of damage or healing or whatever with you. And then you look after it, and then it becomes a cocoon. And then you'll pay 1,000 Blaze for the eggy, and then you'll pay 500 Blaze to crack that cocoon. And boop, out pops a potential rarity. So the rarity will be determined by how much activity you get up to on a Blaze, and that pet is usable in the game again. Then you get an NFT, and that end. So the end NFT is on Say, and so this. So yeah, on Solana on Pump.fun, you get this. You get the exact NFT. This is the exact NFT. I'll show you now. Brolana. There you go. It looks like that. So the whole meme is that we're bringing the trenchies in. And this is how we burn 10% of the supply. You buy one of these, we burn that, but you get given the actual NFT on Say. So the Funkalana token goes up. The worth of the apartments go up. There's only 1,000 of them, which means we're burning 10% of supply. We've already got a 50% liquidity pool right now. We've locked in 6%, I think, is locked on Funkalana. So you see, we're getting all of the little things done in the beginning first, so that when we start bringing in more and more players, the stuff is sorted. We're not going to try and work this out when there's 5,000 players or 1,000 players, because that'll be a nightmare. The mighty enjoy one too. Chocolate. Then, for those of you who are holding funky tokens, that's happening also in the next few days. I'll show you quick. Enjoy, yes. Anything in our ecosystem you can hold and sell and trade. So you don't even have to play the game. You can just use the players as your customers, as your investment base. We're designing it so that, like, you know, I'm not necessarily I like games, but I don't always necessarily enjoy playing, but I do enjoy being in the community. I think that's what I love most about games often. It's like in the Star Citizen community, I rarely even played. I just went in, shot footage, and then made machinimas. For me, the community part is a lot of fun. You know, so anyway, right here. So this is so on Arena Social, you got your AVAX, you see, and it's the same factor. Percentage of these things are going to burn supply. That's your tier 1 prestige operating license, tier 2 prestige operating license, tier 3 prestige operating license. So where the Slum Lana tokens and assets are very like them, it's a meme about the trenches. Funky Town is really about the founder funnel and the high-end prestige license to be able to sell NFTs in the game, in the actual metaverse. And you know, obviously you'll have your own little marketplace section on the website, you see. So tier 1 is 50 million funk, the one on Arena Social. Tier 2 is 100 million funk, and tier 3 is in-game marketplace. Definitely. So you'll be able, with these licenses, you can sell very, very special items that players have to come to you. They can't go anywhere else. They can only come to you. And the quantities are always limited by, you know, the percentage of supply that we want to burn. And so these are all founder, we call them the founder funnel. So Funkalana, Slum Lana, the Funky Town stuff on the different chains. Enjoy one too. How much funk have you got? The in-game credits are called Courage Surf, and you earn passive in-game credits. I think Surf, you're going to be very proud of how. I mean, we've been working on the stuff for 4 years. Let me see here. Sheets. Please hold. I'm just trying to find the one. Citadel property yield ratios. There we go. I think that might be the wrong one. Let me just see. Slumlana quantity. Yeah, just want to fix this. So Slumlana, the quantity is 1,000 units, and I'll share here. Total units, 1,000. Okay, and I'll share this here. Just checking. Okay, so once you understand the economy, the in-game economy, it starts to become a lot of fun. This is like, for me, I enjoy this immensely, where it's not just, one simple game dynamic, Hey, Vanner. So I don't know what your eyeballs are doing, but on the most outer district, let me just share that first so you can actually see what these districts are. Please hold, finding a picture here. Downloads. So I just want to show you where the different things are. Have you dropped base NFTs for accounts that have registered? You're going to have to define that question a little bit more, because we give away a heck of a lot. We're about to do grit and pass. Yeah, if that's what you're referring to. Does the OSP account remember connected wallets on the server side? Yes, it does. We're about to be handing out lots and lots of free bunnies next. This is the picture I was looking for. That's what's next on our list, Surf. We've just figured out how to utilize Third Web's non-custodial wallet system, so that you've got the same thing as Arena and Blaze. We've got like a nice background wallet, because those are things that have to be sorted out before we launch. All right, it's very small, but if you see, so the city is a circle and there's consecutive rings. It's a consecutive set of rings going. Enjoy's got 78.4. Nice. Enjoy 78.4. Nice. Scammed. He's climbing towards that 100 million funk. And I saw yesterday you bought like 11 million Funklana, Enjoy. Are you going to be like a slumlord and a commercial property owner? Oh, you really can see it. Okay, so you see in the middle there, that's the spire. And the closer your property is to the spire, the faster your stuff recharges. The prettier the city gets. So let me just upload. So this is a terrible concept, but it gives you a nice idea. Just uploading. I'll go back to this picture in a moment. So this is a terrible AI rendition, but so in the middle you've got the spire, and then there's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rings going outwards. So there's 9 rings that go outwards. Over here, you're just kind of looking at one ring around the the main spire, but it's very similar to how it's going to look. So there's a main spire, and that's where like your big holders. So our Vanguard Vision seats are at $16,000 for Vanguard Vision seats. The people who have they've spent $2,500 for a Citadel seat. They're around, very close around this building, and the people who have game seats at $1,000 each, very close around this building. So this is where your investors, everybody hang out, and and they own a lot of property. So if you think in your imagination, these rings go out like 10 deep, right? So so the closer you are to this spire, the faster your things recharge, the higher your percentages, returns, etc., etc. So hey, Sheshi. So I had a good laugh in Star Citizen. The entry pack gave you this like cheap little thing. It was like $45 for this entry pack, and you got this cheap little ship. So so there was a bunch that set up the test squadron, and the test squadron was literally made up of like literally tens of thousands of players who had the cheapest stuff, and they all like banded together. so we realized, okay, we need like a nice meme, because we've, you know, you've got the fancy pants stuff in the middle, but right up against the wall, on the inside of the wall, where the moss is dripping and the hygiene is bad, and all that kind of thing, you've got the Slumlana apartments, and like that video showed just now, it's pretty scummy and pretty slummy, and it's a nice meme because they're like really cheap, and you can be like a slumlord, you know. So against the wall, I mean, an apartment there looks like this, you know, it's like disgusting. And I love the meme because when you first arrive in the city, this is going to be your first experience. So on the multiplayer, the MMO side of things, you're, you know, so if you look at this thing here, you're coming from that wasteland outside of, this is the Citadel. You're coming, you can't see my mouse, dagnabbit, but outside the walls over there, there's that wasteland, and you're in massive danger. There you can't save. You've got to first kill things, get to a certain point, then it saves. Kill a bunch of things, survive this and survive that, then there's an auto save point, you know. So you can't just save your progress until you get to the city. When you're inside the city, you can now, if you haven't bought one of these properties, you got to rent it from players who have, and you rent that with courage, with a courage token, which I'll show you in a moment how that works. But so this is your first experience. You're like in, you know, this is what you can rent because it's cheap, it's all you can afford, and you're renting it from the slumlords, you know. And it's stinky, and it's, you know, because it's right up against the inner wall. You see that inner wall where the blue light is there around the edge? It just, that's where you're living, and it's much bigger than this picture here. It's like huge. So so it's a lot of fun. Right. So if you see this picture here, that spire is right in the middle, and then the consecutive rings go outwards all the way. So the Slumlana apartments are somewhere between ring 5 and the wall. Yes, Dirk, trash panda heaven. Yeah. So it's like, it's somewhere between there. I've shown on a stream just how massive these things are. The city is huge because we're making we're making provision for, you know, a couple of thousand players being able to have individual things. Surf says, got to head out. Glad to get the update. I'll look into grabbing some Funglana when I get back. Cool, man. Excited to see it. Awesome, brother. Yeah, I'll work on I'll work on a playable. So you guys are happy to just walk around a cyberpunk city with nothing to do? and see each other and just jump up and down on things. Okay, so because we're building the sandbox anyway, so maybe I'll just throw in the actual city that I'm building. Yeah. Okay, I'll work on that. And you can launch things from there. Nusrat Queen, handsome boy. So funny. Hey, Justin. Good morning. Good morning. I kind of like the GM thing because on a Christian side of things, GM, that's I've got a friend in his church that only say good morning to each other because he says God's mercies are new every morning. So every time you say good morning, you're just acknowledging the goodness of God. So I kind of like it. Alrighty. So now let's get to some fresh suffering, shall we? Well, that didn't come out very nicely. Funky Town. Man, I got better pictures than that anyway. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is Funky Town. I'm going to do this for Jose, because he doesn't like my random photos. So we'll do Funky Town, then we'll do Funkalana next. Okay. So where's these things over here? Don't poo on your own shoe. Don't poo on anybody's shoe, actually. Sorry, Draco. That sucks. Can't stream on Blaze. Your poo. Your poo. Don't you eat your own poo. Oh, man, I don't feel like doing this, but I have to do it. I just want to hang out with you guys. Now I got to work, but I guess it's good work. Okay. Sucks. What is this? Templates, building backs, man. How do I type things? It's in your choice. It's in your choice if you want your community to have a choice. Have a choice. Okay, let me go to that combo over here. And so what do we got here? Scrolly, scrolly, scrolly. Right. Mm. 50 million funk. Like so. Like so. Like so. Rafiki says the price is too low for you to buy now. How much did you buy, Rafiki? You bought so high. Rafiki likes to buy high and sell low. $10 million. So what you do now is you grab another 10 milli so that you cover your losses. How much is 10 milli now? It's like $100. No, it should be cheaper than that. It should be like $60 or something. The Funklana. Yeah, Rafiki is a top signal. Rafiki says, my most precious ones are the ones I bought at 77 market cap. Rafiki, that's funny. Now I'm under pressure. Now we have to push that thing to 78 market cap. So you can make your money back. It's very funny. Yes, Stacy. It's in your choice. My biggest bag at the moment is 2.9 plus millions of Funkalana, 2 turrets and 9 apartments. Wow. It's in your choice. What you want is 11 apartments, because then you'll have 1 apartment and you can trade 10 for a tier 1 commercial. I think I would say that's the minimum Funkalana you want. Dirk says, I need to hit lotto, then buy all of the slums. I want to be the mayor. Oh, got a surprise. Some peeps bought over the last week some of the OSP assets I put up on Ocean Basket. Nice. Congratulations, man. Yeah, so yeah, I would say on Funklana, optimally, you would want, so you want enough for a turret, so that's 1 million. You want enough for 10 apartments. That is that another 1 million. So 2.1 million, I think. Enjoy says we're gonna have a primary election. Well, it's corruption. Oh, nice, $50. Yes, Rafiki. This is the most profitable Web3 experience ever. Imagine what it's going to be like. This is with, like, I think if we do a senior choice, that if we do a hard activate, there's about 50 people in the community on the on the buy, spend, whatever. At a hard push, I think we're about 200, but on our super active, it's 30 to 50. Now imagine what it's going to be like when we actually launch Echo Fall, when the infusion systems are there, the multiplayer is ready to rock and roll with 5,000 players. I mean, make $50 off NFTs now. Wait until someone's trying to get a battleship out of you, and we're trying to get all of that stuff done now. It's such grueling work. But let me not moan about the fun. Yeah, 5K players. Yes, what's crazy. I experienced Echo Fall today. Fell off the stairs. It echoed. Funny. What's I thinking now? Yeah, so I would say 2.1 million. So what is 2.1 million Funklana right now? Because that gives you 10 apartments that you can swap for a tier 1 commercial later. Gives you the slowing turret, and it gives you 1 that you can live in or rent out. So I think that's like the, now you've got the stuff. Because is that $35 USD? That's cool. So that'll probably be like 25. I don't know. We haven't worked out the numbers properly, but I think it'll probably be 25 Funklana apartments to swap for a tier 2, and that's a legendary license. It's not a prestige license. You're not going to sell anything beyond a legendary in Slumlana. But it's still, the legendaries are going to be really cool. So yeah, it's probably 25 into a tier 2, and probably like 100 apartments into a tier 3. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. But that's more or less, I think, kind of fair. Anyway, so just for those of you who are crazy and ambitious and stuff. Okay, right. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, 50 million funk. And this NFT mints on say for CTL trading later. So metadata. Okay, metadata must. It's going to be a new thingy. I'm going to go for 2 tier 2s and 1 tier 1. Yeah, it's pretty cool because you get to sell like. So we'll make a lot of like silly turrets and pets and whatever that scuttle around, and things that run around like cockroaches. I thought it'll be fun to have a cockroach pet that you can only get in the Slumlana district. And you can only buy it at like from a tier 1 or tier 2 store. So if you let your imagination go, you'll realize where we're going with this, So you'll buy like interesting and funny things like this glowing in the dark cockroach. Slums will sell leases. Yeah, sell lease for your trash panda. Yeah, so like you'll yeah, it'd probably be like Dirk or leashes. Okay. Yeah, and it'll probably be like so the trash pandas might end up being like little companions. We'll see how far we can push it. And the only place you can get a trash panda would most likely, well, maybe trash panda apparel, the different clothes and stuff like that. Rafiki says turrets in the streets sounds like Johannesburg city center. This is like slum rats, rats, like pets. So Rafiki, it's quite cool. Check it. I'll show you. So the weaponry that you get there is going to be insane. The turrets and guns and stuff, because the trenchies of Slumlana, they go out and they steal state of the art stuff. And hey sloth, and then they build these insane expensive things, So like this is a slowing tower, and it's going to be the first thing. It's $1 million Funklana for one of these. So these things in the end, and there's only 100 of these. There's 1,000 apartments, and then there's only ever going to be 100 of these this thing here. When they release, they'll release like 5 every week, and then we'll do a countdown and let you know. Then then number 1 earns you 2 grit a day, and number 100 earns you 1 grit a day, and then it's like 1.1, 1.001, 1.002, 1.003. As it goes up, the grit earnings. Rafiki says, I don't game, sir. That's a good point. But owning one of these, well, I'm talking to anybody who does, Rafiki, and anybody who wants to invest in this. But yes, you're wise to take the apartments route. Yeah, I'm not a gamer per se. I enjoy making games more than I enjoy playing them, which is pretty strange, I know. But I'm just saying these are the kind of things. So if you've got a commercial license, you can sell something like this, and they're pretty expensive. Even though it's only a legendary, it does a lot more slowing than a normal slowing tower, because just about everything on it is state of the art and stolen. And so the Slumlana trenchies, everything comes through the gates there. Yeah, for the big buy highs. Yeah, buy high and sell low. So like some of the lore I thought is because all the trucks and stuff that come into the Citadel, they have to go through Slumlana district first. So they either will rob you or they'll bribe you, or because they hire the Slumlana people to man the gates and stuff. So they end up with all these spare parts and stuff, and they build these insane turrets and weapons. So the stores will have these expensive weapons, but it's cheap to live there, but it's expensive to buy stuff. And the stuff is like only legendary or common, but it's still like so unique and crazy. So working on a lot of fun lore. I'm enjoying it immensely, for what happens there. Okay. Right, let me continue my suffering here. Right, so this is the metadata. Metadata. Okay. Grit earnings per 1 GR per day. Well, come on. Excuse me. Let's see what else is going on here. Courage earnings. Courage earnings. Tier 1. Tier 2. Tier 3. So those are the passive courage earnings. License. Prestige. Hey, Overlord. Is Grit also a token on-chain or in-game? Yeah, it's on-chain. Yeah. Overlord underpaints did a whoopsie there. You can't buy Grit. It only drips, so you're earning it already for all the NFTs that you own. So right now it's an every now and then bit of Grit that you get. Later on will be every day. Passive. Okay, so now I need to look at this other document over here. All right, so territories, founders ring. So a founders ring. Let's see here. Behind you. Let me see. Okay. What is this? A founder's ring. Courage per month is 30,000, which is $30 buying power. So that's a T3. So T1 is 10,000, T2 is 20,000, T3 is 30,000. Okay. Okay. Back here. Share this tab instead. Okay. So T1, 10K per month, 20K per month, tier 3, 30K per month. If you're wondering what any of this means, I don't know. I'm just doing things here that are cool. Okay. Beautify this slide. What does that mean? I'll click it and see what happens. No? Excuse me. I shouldn't have pushed that button. Okay. This is fine. So what is this? Price and chain. Right. This one is metadata. Grid earnings, passive carriage earnings, tier 1. Okay. Location. Funky Town. Grid earnings per day, passive carriage. FT. So it's FT T1 com. Like that. It's commercial 1M or 2M. Is my grit in the video? Even me, bro. You've been been away too long. Okay. Class. Commercial. Like so. All right. And license. Prestige. Yeah. It's the first time I'm actually creating what the metadata needs to say that we can read. Okay, so location is Funky Town, class is commercial, license is prestige. Probably make it bold. So bold, passive carriage earnings. T3 commercial. Now the question is this now obvious enough for them to understand? Nazi? Nantal? See what it does. Hope it makes sense. Nope, still kicking me out completely. I'll try on my laptop later. Yeah, laptop's probably going to be better. You are now locked into the Funk Show. Has there ever been this much fun at being scammed? Enjoy12 says, is there anybody on Discord? Enjoy says, can someone point to the direction of buying properties? Not live yet. 8 days to go. Boop. Speak up, a toothless one. Jy betaal nie rent nie, jy moet uit. I love that expression. Attributes, location, Funky Town class, commercial license. Grit earnings, 1 GR per day. Passive carriage earning, FTT1 com, 10 KC per month. Yeah, that's ugly. Bro. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Okay, price and chain. These are bought with funk. Funk. Commercial properties. Enjoy wants to jump the line. Well, literally you do, because you're part of the founder funnel. So you hear it here every day when I go live. So it'll be like 3, 2, 1, go, you know. But we do have like an auto whitelisting thing always. That's why you're in like super early. Yo, that was a nice squeaky one. Okay, so these 3 are bought with Funk on AVAX. 50 milli Funk T1, T2, T3. Now let me go fetch out. Why must I do all this? Why can't I just be a lazy do-nothing like the rest of the world? Is it too much to ask? To just be a lazy do-nothing trash bag, scumbag, do-nothing scumbag, bottom-feeding, bunta, puru, poopy head, poop nostril, scumbag, poop nostril, face head? Why do I have to be responsible and hardworking? Is there no justice in this world? Senior Joe's so funny. This is stupid. Why do I have to work? I mean, this is arduous stuff, man. All right. Got picks 1 and 3 wrong way around. Thank you. How the heck do you see that? Buddy, your competence. You are very competent. I'm watching you. Come here with your competence. How did you even see it? I'm like, it's right in front of me and I can't see what the hell's going on. I am Batman because I'm blind. Okay. You zoomed in. Good job. I'm clearly not zoomed in. I probably should be though. Let me see. Can I zoom in? All right. And then Google Drive link. And then I'm probably done with this stupid nonsense. Why am I even doing this? Attention, Corporal Buddy, military precision. Absolutely. Okay, now what? Where? Just breathe. All right. I'm scrolling through things to find the things here. Having an anxiety attack because I don't know if I'm going to copy the right thing here. There's the Google Drive link. Yeah. NFT artwork, Google Drive. Tail gunner, you say? I see what you did there. My grandpa was a tail gunner in the war. Yes. All right, file. Download PDF. Share. Anyone with the link? Copy. Yes, that's correct, Jax. Oh, you like, let's see, Jackson, yeah, somewhere. No. Oh, Jax 1-4. Tier 1, 50 million funk. Tier 2, 100. Tier 3. Oh, sorry, Rafiki. I'll tell you why you don't have a tier, a little OG thingy to your name because of my incompetence. Please hold. You're an old guy. OGs, Rafiki. These things are important, man. You can't like. Who else have I like overlooked in my OG taggery? There we go. And so there you got your OG thing. Okay, there we go. Oh, I don't know if I did the stuff right. Okay, but anyway, that's the first one. Next up is the Funkalana things. Yo. Blessings upon you and your children and their children and 1,000 generations. Your family and their children and their children and their children. Excuse you, excuse me. What's wrong, Twisted? What? Look at these Bantapuru Jeter selling stuff. Okay, where's that Web3? Okay. All right. And Jack's the Wise. Get some funk. You're going to want to be in Funky Town. Imagine selling the most exclusive NFTs in the Citadel. Jack's 414. So Jack's 414 is actually got a company. Like, I think they're registering a company called Citamax, real life company that will manage your estate portfolios for you. Your real estate portfolios. Downloads. This is stupid. Making myself angry here. Document. Rob, please double check the metadata part. Courage earnings based on you and Jack's documents. So Jack's, yeah, you'll see if it's with your time. Yeah. The slums. That's funny. So a tier 1 gives you 10,000 courage a month, tier 2. So that's just the passive earnings besides what all the other fun stuff you do. All right. So, right. I managed to get through that. I'm so irritated now after that. Yes, I can tell you. Now, okay. So now there isn't a save as function here. So I don't want to overwrite this. I want to do another one. So can I copy this? Make a copy. Entire presentation. Copy document. Funk Lana. Okay. I hope it doesn't break my hard work now. I'll be so angry. Make a coffee. I'm already just angry at the possibility that my hard work will be broken. Rafiki says, gonna make like a tree and leaf, have things and stuff to do. Good night, everyone. Fine. Leave us then. 8:30 at 9 at night. Fine. Just remember, we love you. Okay. So next up over here, this is the damn Funklana apartments. Funklana residential. Skin him up from a cinema. Residential. Okay. Cinema, skin him up from a cinema. Skin him up from a cinema. Why you guys give me so much work? Do I look like I want to sit here and do this? Knox, I'm whining because I have to work. I mean, it's fun, but it's also not fun. All right. So, Slum Lana Apartments. Over here. Price and chance. Okay. These are bought with Funklana. Solana. I'm busy doing all the thingies, that thingily. Okay. Stupid things. Okay, so it's 100K. So this is the properties Funklana per apartment. Okay. Upon purchase, comma, Funklana. Oh, sorry. Thanks, buddy. There we go. Upon purchase, Funklana. Let's get him from a is burned. I forgot the quantities on the other presentation. Come on. Quantity. I'm like, I'm gonna bite from the mic. I'm gonna bite everything. Okay, quantity 1,000. Slum Lana NFTs. Upon purchase, Funklana is burned. 100K Funklana is burned. Okay, quantity 1,000 Slumlana NFTs. Stupid, freaking stressful rubbish here. I can't even see if anybody jumps on stage. There's so much stuff down there. You'll have to, if you jump on stage, just tell me. Write me a strongly worded letter or whatever. Okay. Now, and if so, okay, that quantity needs to go over there. Why is everything getting smaller? Because of this thing down here. This is stupid. Your mother's a woman. Okay. Why is that a different font altogether? Whatever. Okay. Price and chain. Metadata. Okay. Location. Between outermost citadel, ring, and wall. Class residential. Okay. Res. License in a grit earnings per day. 1 grit per day for, no, it's 1 grit per day. This isn't the turret. Yeah, literally the slums. Yeah. Jax, you're right. Passive courage earnings. Okay. So that was $2 a month, which is 2000 C per month. Yeah. Thanks, Jax. Jax is he's the main guy. If you want to know which properties have got the best mathematics, Jax 414 is the one you speak to. Okay. Over here, NFT artwork, Google Drive. Excuse me. Where the heck is Google Drive now? Swear I'm about to bite somebody. Okay, so the quantity on the previous things, quantity on Funky Town apartments is dynamic. We can do timed releases and determine next releases by mathematical quantity availability. Also do dynamic burns by ear. So that would be on the funky. All right. Jax, I have some kidney stones. Need advice. Want to get 2 Vanguard Vision seats. See a doctor first, then we can talk. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I see there's been some shopping going here. Let's see. Someone bought 6.7 million. Someone bought 6.8 million. I want to see the dollar. That's on Dex. Eh? Let's go to Dex. Oh, I had to delete my 7 days of history to be able to get back into Blaze. I must be the only male on the planet who gets frustrated when he has to delete his internet history. Buddykins, there are going to be 100. Right, now where the heck? Someone got the Dex linky for me, if you don't mind. What's up, Enjoy? So I'm going to bite something. Please resend the link to the drivers. So much stuff all the time. So Skinema from a cinema. Where did I link the linky that links the linky? There's that. Didn't I link? Yeah. Stupid poopy head, poop nostril. Thanks, Shashi. So Dex Screener, we can see the dollar buys and drops, because I want to get used to the impact of dollars as it grows, you know, because I didn't understand what I was looking at on the Funk token, and I'm understanding a lot more now after the Funk token. No, USD 45. So someone just bought 45. Must have been Rafiki buying low. It's like a miraculous low buy. Okay. So there's NFTs. Yeah, Rafiki doesn't. He's the cell signal. Well, he's the high signal there. He's like the cell signal. When he buys, everyone's like, sell now. Jax is also buy high, sell low. I'm just quickly fiddling with the Google Drive here because it's making me angry. Katsuyuki. What? Why have I got Katsuyuki things? Oh, because that was shared with me. Oh, stuff looks like the FBI's my drive. Funkalana. I need, okay, so new folders. So this would be Lana apartment. No. Okay, in you go. And then you can't see what I'm doing. It's not my fault. Okay. Slow Lana turret. Can't believe I have to be so organized. You know, I'm a lazy guy, man. Well, okay. So now I've got to get this linky here. Share. To make sure anybody with a link can get it. Copy link. Done. All right. There was something important I left out in the. Now I can't remember what it was. There's the earnings. Oh yeah. Okay. Metadata. Class, residential, license, grid, passive, carriage earnings, 2,000 carriage per month. You're looking for my 12 seed word for MetaMask. Don't know if it's going to help you much, but all right. Now, what's important here, metadata, is property address. So that would be Solana number. So that would be an apartment, Solana apartment number. Do you think people will? Hey, Simon. Simon, if you have a weak brother, then you can call him Soy Man. Or if your secret weapon, your superpower, General Kev 1666. From 1 to 1,000. Okay. So I'm not putting any extra information in here because of reasons. Okay. Right. Ready to share. Anyone with a link? Copy. I think that's most of all the things. There we go. Good Lord, man. Now on to the next problem. So now the next problem is you guys want to be able to run around Okay, so let's just confirm this. So the next $1,500 we raise, you guys want to be able to run around in multiplayer in a do nothing ecosystem together and do nothing but run around and see the Slumlana section and whatever else. Is that right? Funky Town's going to be quite a challenge to build. But I can fiddle. Okay, so first things first. I don't want it to open Microsoft Edge at all. I want it to open Chrome. And I've set Chrome as the default. Right? What in the what am I looking at here? Okay. So General Kev's excited about the content factor. Okay. So let me thonk here. I can't see diddly squat here, man. This thing. I'm probably gonna be less lit, but it's okay. Not too bad. At least I'll be able to see. Yeah, something of structure to give reference. Okay. Good point. Very good point, sir. Very good point, sir. Yes, the point you make is very good, sir. Thus, it's a very good point. Yes. Yes. Let me just, there you can go. You can see me sitting down here in my empire. Why does that camera keep moving, man? Okay, so would chatting or typing to, that's what we got to work out. Make sure that you can chat and type to each other. Okay. Well, first, let me see what I can load up without my PC falling apart here. Okay. So default, right? Default apps. Okay. And system settings. Right. Do you think if I uninstall the stupid Edge, let me say remove. I flipping hate Edge. Anything from Microsoft makes me angry. Uninstall Windows. Add or remove programs. There we go. Search apps. Edge. Yes. Can I remove it? Modify. Yeah, you can't uninstall it. Oh. You can't uninstall Microsoft Edge. Okay. Let's go for default. Default apps. Dude, it's like crazy. I can't undefault Edge for certain things. I do not want my sensitive information to log into things on Microsoft nothing. My word. I got to scroll through all this crap here. Let's see. What's Microsoft Edge? Set default types. HTML. PDF. Look at that. It forces Microsoft Edge now 1.3 seconds from switching your PC on, your information's uploading all over the place. Yeah, like it's me just raging, raging. Okay, there's Chrome. Set default, right? I've set it as default now. Okay. Now, let's see. Can I log in with Google? No, it opens. I click. So I'm clicking here on Epic Games, and it loads up Microsoft Edge. Even though I just set Chrome as the default. There's Rob come to save me from this nonsense. Rob, hello. Jack's 414.
Hablo, no inglés. Hablo.
No English. Rob, I want to log in.
Okay, did you try? Sorry?
Switching it off and switching it on. I want to log into Epic Games on my PC. I use my Chrome Gmail thingy to log in. And it doesn't want to open Chrome. When I click on it, it opens Edge, even though I've set it as default. I've set Chrome as default.
But your operating system is Microsoft. Edge is Microsoft. So maybe Microsoft doesn't care what your settings are.
Yeah, not default, but a fault.
Because Microsoft is, Edge is a Microsoft product. So it might be like, we understand your preference is Chrome, but we choose it to be Edge. But what's the issue with logging in with Edge? Does it have same passwords or something?
No, I don't want any passwords on Edge. I'm probably going to have to do it. And now I can't.
Are you trying to get into the launcher or?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into my Epic Games launcher. I don't know what my password is.
A letter or number?
And I don't want to type passwords in my computer ever again. I just want to use my iPad scanner thing. It looks at my face and in we go. Like, I never want another password. Like, nobody must be able to steal any of my stuff ever again. It's 2026, man. Why am I struggling like this, Rob? It makes me rage.
Yeah, technology is just,
it's upsetting. You don't
because
get a choice.
Yeah, it seems like the more technological things get, the more, the scammers and hackers come out of that. I don't know where they come from. The septic pit of evil.
Septic pit of evil, exactly. Utter scum. If you check in the Web3 chat there, I've dropped the links for the Funk commercial properties and the Funk Lana residential properties. The sewers under the slum Lana. Yes, Jax, you're right. Edge Lana. Sewer Lana. Anyway, the linkies are there. I didn't know what to put for the metadata, so I put what I thought it would show with like acronyms, It's Keel. Hey, Keel. Keel. It's Keeling time. What was I even? So what you're saying is the only way in is like to set up Gmail on Microsoft Edge. I'm just getting angrier as I sit here. Now I'm forced to log into Microsoft with my Gmail account, into Edge. At least it's getting nice and cool in here with the aircon. That's at least a bit of joy for the old man. Right. Sign in with passkey. Yes, my new glasses are so much better. I can see a bit more. Almost done. Press continue to close this window and go back to the Epic Game launcher. You sign into Epic's Game account. You can close this window. Tell me what to do. Please confirm, sign, linking. Yeah. Dude, I literally just logged in. Oh. Almost done, yeah. Creatively break things. What is going on here? Authenticator app. Do you even hoops? Where's my brain? What does it want from me? Oh. Cinema from a cinema. Gotta find the signy anythingy authenticator. What is this? Epic Games. Epic Shames. Uncle Dash Funk, is that me? 566.
Hello, there's two of me.
566 245. Yeah. Is that the right one? Yes, that's correct. I think Paul the Apostle got to write, different books. Mine is going to be the book of frustrations. So you got Galatians, Ephesians, frustrations, exasperations. Store, library. Seems to be right. There's Operation Safe Place. Nice. Unreal Engine. Okay. It's going to resize everything. No. Freaking Edge with your scammery. Get away from me. That's literally all the attempts. That's like the only thing. It's like the attempts to sign in to whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. Unreal Engine. Right. Install engine. Oh, Rob. What are we in? 5.6.
Yeah, boy.
Not installed. 5.7.2. Choose file location. Browse. Is the other one
installed yet, Source?
No. It's the first time I'm gonna try since the last nuking. Let's see. Browse. Yeah, that's fine. What just happened? Install plus 5.6 point what? 5.6. What are we on? 5.6.1.
Let me check.
Technical support around.
1.
Okay, nice. Install. Browse. I'll share what I'm up to with you guys in a second. Everybody just stop fighting with me. Okay, install. Midnight Cats lady. So my name and me. What? There's two of you. CEO Rob and Robert Lee. Why is there two of you?
It's fine. Let me see. Because I was switching over from one device to another. Let me see if this works. So you see, I can talk here. And then I can actually talk from here.
Well, now it's nice and echo. Yeah.